Hey there, it's another beautiful day. Let's watch some stuff.
Say, bro, that's why you gotta watch these little girls you be out in these clubs with, man. Can't just be running up on anything. Look at this girl. Now she look normal, right? Till her eyes get to doing all this right here. See? Be careful, man. Don't be sorry. Be careful, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't be sorry. Be careful.
All right, so every time I see a reptilian video, right, where they're like, oh, look at the eyes, it just makes me think, from what I've heard, that the reptilians are supposed to be like an incredibly intelligent species. Along with that, it's like they're military that are here, right? So they're like the elite of the elite military forces. So they're not gonna get caught. So sometimes I see those and I remember that, and then I think it's probably fake. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to get it in an upcoming video. If you're having a good time, please hit that like button for me. It'll really help out my channel, and consider subscribing. Then come back tomorrow because I'm making a new video every day.
As a wildlife expert, I found this fascinating because we were able to identify some of the species as having known animal DNA, but there was a big group, a big majority of the samples that did not show anything known to man. And this is very exciting in the wildlife community, as we've been trying to work with the National Park Agency to try and identify the species and to try and understand which is what they are, what they can do. This is one of the first times that this has happened. We've had instances before where new species would show up, especially in particular in the ocean. But something on land, this doesn't quite happen all the time. Well, at least not in my experience. So, this is very exciting. We did notice some radiation from the organisms, but all in all, they seem to be healthy and well.
All right, these are supposedly by that Bayside Mall in Miami, where all of that alien hubbub happened recently, right? And these are like cross species of aliens and I don't even know what else. At least that's what the thing said, and I saw a few other videos and that's what they're telling me. And I don't think that's what's going on. I don't think those are alien creatures. I don't even know if they are actual creatures. They're like, hey, we found new species of something and that's what's happening. And they're like, hey, let's turn it into an alien story, which is totally awesome. I love it. But I don't think that's what those are.
So there is this map that's circulating, it's going viral, and it's showing some pretty morbid data. Now, the thing that gives this credibility is that this is connected to a special interest project coming out of the FBI where they think there could be upwards of 850 victims of homicide connected to a ring of serial killers who are truck drivers. And there are all these stats that they're citing, talking about 44% of truck drivers are reporting that they are clinically depressed. And you gotta think about it, these are transient people who travel some of the most desolate roads in America, and it is very, very hard to track a transient serial. They have almost no connection to any of the places where they hypothetically kill, so local jurisdiction can't really pinpoint who they are.
A little fact about me: when I was 23, I was a long haul truck driver. I did about a year and a half of the lower 48, and then I did about a year and a half of Western 11. And you really are all over the place. Unless you have a dedicated route, you are just here, there, and every single which way. You don't know where you're going half the time. You know, maybe one load in advance. But other than that, yeah. So it would be extremely difficult to find out, if a specific truck driver is doing this, because they could pick somebody up at a lot, like a lot lizard, and take them just across the freaking country. And those people, when they find whoever it is, they're going to start looking in that particular state and then the states right around it. But it's really difficult to know that they're from this state 2,000 miles away. When I first heard about this like 2 weeks ago, I was just baffled. I'm like, man, I did that. That makes a whole lot of sense because you're constantly on the move. It's the best job for these people with this particular inclination because you're never in one spot.
Are the crew members of the Space Shuttle Challenger still alive? On January 28, 1986, NASA launched a mission into space that would change the public's perception of space travel forever. In about 73 seconds into the flight, the space shuttle broke apart and the 7 crew members tragically lost their lives. Or did they? Apparently, there were numerous reports indicating that a shuttle was going to fail. However, the mission still carried on as if the catastrophe was meant to happen. When it was reported, internet sleuths started digging and they found that a law professor, Judy Resnick, an engineering professor named Michael J. Smith, a teacher named Sharon McAuliffe, a CEO named Richard Scobie, popped up with the same age, name, looks, and likeness of the late crew members. The remaining 2 astronauts, Ronald McNair and Ellison Onizuka, coincidentally had twin brothers, but there were no birth records of them found. Furthermore, Richard Scobie's company, Cows and Trees, had a logo with a similar jet stream to the shuttle that crashed. Could these be clues as to what really happened?
Sadly, I do believe that those people did pass away in that unfortunate incident. These people just popping up randomly at that time that have their same facial features, yeah, I think it's a huge coincidence because they say that there's like 7 people walking around with the same face or something like that, right? And speaking of space travel, we're actually coming up on the 55th anniversary of humans walking on the moon, and that's in 2 days. And I'm going to do a little moon special. So come on back for that.
Yeah, never voting Democrat ever again. The party of love and acceptance is sad that the bullet missed. That is pretty much in a nutshell all I need to know about those kind of people. Life has told me over the years that when someone continuously tries to show that they care about other people, in reality, they are trying to prove to themselves that they actually care because they really don't. When someone really doesn't care what race or gender you are, they will genuinely treat you like anybody else. When someone questions their own prejudice, they will overly care about people who are not like them. To prove to their own ego that they're this high superiority, they have this high ego, because they don't really care. You cannot want equality and yet treat people differently. Makes zero sense. The final straw for me, and I think a lot of other people, was the day that this happened to Trump, and literally a crap ton of lefties were mad that this person missed. That is all I need to know about your character. That is all I need to know about your party. Never again.
So shortly after that happened, I found an overwhelming amount of content where people are just saying stuff like that, and I don't understand how you think that it is okay to wish for another person's life because they don't believe in the same things that you do. I don't understand how people can be like that, and I don't understand how an entire group of people can be like that. It blows my mind. And what is absolutely insane is how much press the shooter is getting. So I'm going to take a moment and I'm not even going to say his name, but we're going to watch these real quick because they're more important.
The man who was killed in an assassination attempt on Donald Trump threw himself in front of his family to protect them. 50-year-old retired fire chief Corey Comperator was sitting behind Trump at the rally in Pennsylvania, but sadly, Corey died whilst trying to shield his wife and daughter from the gunfire. His daughter Allison said he died a real-life superhero.
Corey Comperator unfortunately lost his life, and then we have David Dutch and James Copenhaver, who are both still fighting. They have been upgraded to stable condition, which is fantastic news. But these are the things that need to be paid attention to, not the stupid idiot that did this to them.
Musk posted on X yesterday that he plans moving the companies from Hawthorne of California to Starbase, Texas. So X will move to Austin from San Francisco. He called a law signed Monday by California Governor Gavin Newsom, which, by the way, bars school districts from requiring staff to notify parents of their child's gender identification change. He called this the final straw. So Musk wrote, quote, I did make it clear to Governor Newsom about a year ago that the laws of this nature would force families and companies to leave California to protect their children. And Musk has also said that he has moved his residence from California to Texas, where there is no state personal income tax.
Okay, so I have no problem with Elon Musk taking his operations and going to Texas. I am jealous because I want to go to Texas too. But who the hell thinks that that is a great law to pass in California? Why? Why would somebody, who the heck in their right mind thinks it's a good idea to hide this kind of information from a parent? The person who can get the child who is having this sexual dysphoria the help that they need. It's insane. It's the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard, and it infuriates me. And I don't normally try to talk politics, but I think that cutting parents out of the lives of their children in that situation is absolutely 100% irresponsible, regardless of how the parent may react. It's wrong. It's wrong. Cut and dry. It's wrong.
2 plus 2 equals 6. And let me tell you why it equals 6. Because look at this. There are 2 2's. So therefore, there is an additional 2 that no one talks about because the government...
I almost felt like I was listening to Terrence Howard explain some math to me there for a second. Oh my goodness. If you don't know, we're going to have to go into it a little bit. It's interesting, to say the least. On that note, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Come back tomorrow. We're going to watch some new stuff. I'll say different things. And it's going to be fantastic. Until then, have a wonderful day.